So I finally did it. I bought myself a DJI Osmo 3. Now, this has been something I've wanted to do for a little while. I finally just pulled the trigger on it, and I'm very excited that I did. One sec. So I drove out to Visalia, about an hour away from Fresno, to meet up, and I got it used. Currently, right now, these things are going for, well, I got the whole creative package. So currently the whole creative package is going for about $1,000. I just got it today for $580. It was in pristine condition too. I had to unpack everything. The guy still had the sticker on the screen of it. It was basically brand new. He said that his sister was going to use it for a vacation, and you know, maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but after that, it was never really used. So I'm just very fortunate to have gotten it at that rate. Very excited to start vlogging. Very excited to get things going. I believe that my journey can be relatable to a lot of different people, and I will have a formal video. I don't know if it's going to be this video first or that video first, but regardless, I just believe that I might be able to connect with some of you guys just on the hustle, starting things from the ground up and doing it from a place that maybe you just moved to, or maybe it's where you're already at. So just felt the call to do this and obviously invested into it. So we'll see where this journey goes. We'll see where this journey takes us. But very excited. And I'm also excited to see the quality of this camera, explore just all the things that it can do. I've already done a ton of research on it. I have looked into the ways that it can be super efficient and just great for vlogging in general, but also I can see this being a solid camera for my social media marketing agency. This is a brisket sub right here from, I don't know, someplace here in Visalia. It's really good. I just found a random parking lot to pull over to set up the Osmo, but also to have a bite to eat because I'm starving. I just finished a client shoot with Clovis Cards and Comics. Solid dudes. And now that I drove out to Visalia to get the Osmo, I'm gonna have some lunch and drive back home. Probably do a little vlog, a little voice note. You feel me? Right now, just testing out the microphone, testing out the camera. Looks good. Testing out the sub is good. No napkins. It's also nice to just have a separate camera other than my phone, because I've been using my phone as my primary camera since I got here. And basically, period. And that's not ideal. You want to use camera for camera things and phone for phone things. And when those worlds collide, it's not fun. So that's just a nice little added bonus to this that I'm realizing, is I don't have to stop recording to grab my phone. I read a text message like I was doing earlier today. I'm hyped. Today was a day filled with clients. I had a call with a company called Artistic Dream Kitchens. Some consulting stuff, essentially. Talking about the use of AI. I had a meeting / film session with Clovis Cards and Comics. Those guys are dope. Again, doing some coordination with video editing, doing some edits earlier. Life ain't too shabby. Life is pretty good. I like being busy. Gives me something to do. Half of this video is just me eating. That was a bite right there. Might have to rewind it, do a bite cam. Delicious. This thing is crazy. Can't juke it out. Shout out Dutch Bros. Pretty banging. Not a huge Dutch Bros fan, but I'll tell you what, their ices, or whatever you call them, not too bad. And I got 2 of them. I don't know why. This was plenty. It's more than enough. But I was like, I'm gonna need 2 of them. So that's crazy. Happy day. I'm gonna stop this clip right here. Come up with a few prompts for my ride home. We'll get to it. So I just put together some voice prompts, or not some voice prompts. I just put together some prompts to do a little journal for the drive home. Camera's probably gonna die before all of this is over, but this is at least, we'll get something and it's good practice. So this is more so just like self-reflection and an introduction into getting all of this put together. So, be here. I have to focus on driving first and foremost, so we're gonna do that. But we're also gonna get some clips. So, we're gonna get onto the highway. So, am I on the right path? This is the main topic of everything. Am I on the right path, or am I just staying busy? Am I on the right path, or am I just staying busy? Now, this is important, right? Are you just avoiding discomfort or stillness? Are you just staying busy just to be busy? Or is your path intentional, right? Do you have intention with the way you're moving? Do you have goals set up? Are you aligned with those goals? So some of the things that it's asking me is, what do my days look like right now? Are they intentional or are they reactionary? Right now, currently, they are becoming more intentional. I put together a very intentional schedule for myself. And this schedule is essentially what got me to the point of where I'm at right now, which is just over 80,000 a year, almost 7,000 a month. There was a 3 to 4 week period recently where I was very reactionary. That was because a lot of things, my schedule got thrown off. And there's various reasons as to why it got thrown off. But I was aware that that was going to be a conflict. Just in general, I was aware that that was going to be a thing. So it didn't happen unknowingly. But right now, my days are getting back to being very intentional, henceforth this. Also, I've been working on systematizing my business, getting help, hiring help, and making sure that that help is still providing quality to my clients so that my clients are still satisfied, so that my clients know and still feel the value from my services, even though I'm outsourcing work. So that is a big deal. Where do I feel momentum versus where do I feel stuck? So right now, currently, I feel a lot of momentum in putting together my systems, putting together my business. I'm very excited for that process and those processes to really take form and to really manifest into what they can fully become, which we got Buddy right here, which is, and the way roads merge in California is so interesting. There's no buffer. It's just on and off. If you're from California, you know what I'm talking about. Lost my train of thought. I am excited for the growth of my business. I'm excited to see where this will take me, because this is not necessarily a business route that I would have planned or picked out for myself from the beginning. And it's certainly not one that I had from the beginning. But everything came full circle. Having Small Cove Productions fresh out of high school, I was essentially doing what I'm doing today, which is a social media marketing agency. Just with different clientele. I was working more so with bands and musical artists versus right now I'm working with businesses. And it's just interesting how it all came full circle back to what is now Small Cove Media, which is the company that I'm running and the company that I will scale to over $1 million a year. Let's make sure we're on the right track here. Still driving. But yeah, I feel a lot of momentum, feel a lot of gratitude. I feel strength in my processes. I feel alignment with God. I feel like listening and paying attention to the signs and just moving through the push of God's will, of what He's asking me to do. And so I feel aligned with those signals. Let's see here. Are there any distractions that I've let in that feel productive but aren't actually moving the needle? Don't really think so. Oh, did I miss? Yeah, I missed some. Don't really think so, no. We're doing a Yui here. We're doing a fat Yui. Here we go. on the highway is great. Let's get up to speed. So my phone is overheating because it's like 100 degrees out here in Visalia. And so my screen shuts off because it's overheating in my windshield trying to get directions. So I'm not really getting notifications for when I should be turning, and I'm supposed to be getting them on my watch, but my watch isn't doing a good job at that either. So I'm just driving around California right now at this point. Kind of cool. So would say, ironically enough, this is a distraction, right? I'm missing my turns. From this, no. Been doing a lot of research on camera gear, things like this. You can argue they are distractions, but also you can argue that they're moving the needle. Henceforth, this, again, like there's a lot of stuff where it's a double-edged sword. You can look at it two ways. So at this point in time, no, I don't really think that there's much distracting me that isn't moving the needle. I've been very disciplined, staying on top of my workouts, staying consistent with my work. I've been eating good. I've been scheduling my time. I've been systematizing my business and my work. A lot that I've been doing to stay on top of my workflow. Therefore, you don't really think there's much distracting me that's moving the needle. I've been very tight with my faith. I started working with a church here in Fresno, and I've been closer to God through that experience, and have been staying tapped in with my audio chops, have been staying locked in with finances, and not really much that isn't moving the needle that I'm engaged in right now. So how do you define being on the right path? Clarity, peace, direction, etc. How do I define being on the right path? Well, I guess first you have to define where you want your path to lead, and then work backwards from there to be able to determine whether or not you're on the right path. And anybody who has any sort of intention about them understands and will know whether or not they are on that path. You can't lie to yourself. You can't kid yourself. So am I on the right path? The answer is yes. I would say yes, confidently. Am I moving? Is this, okay, let's put it this way. Is this the path that I thought was going to take me to my destination? No. And what I realized is oftentimes you may ask for something, you may want something, and the course of which you get there may not be the course in which you thought it was going to be. That course may take place, may take shape in a way that you could not have predicted it to take shape. And so I'm open to the abstractedness of the way God works. I'm open to the abstractedness of how these plans unfold and just the spontaneity of life and how things can happen. I did not expect 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago to move here to Fresno. I did not expect that I was going to shift into a social media marketing lane. It was something that I looked at before, and I've seen people do it and thought to myself, oh wow, that's neat, and understood the business model, but never thought that it was going to be a business model that I would take on or find fulfillment in. And what I realized is that I do find fulfillment in it. I do love working with businesses. I love bringing businesses value. I love bringing people value. I love creation. I love high quality production. I love building a business. I love building systems. I love working on things and solving problems. And so this social media marketing agency gives me an opportunity to do all of those things under one blanket. So just interesting. I do firmly believe that I'm on the right path, although this isn't the path that I thought it was going to be. Just know in my heart and intuitively that I'm en route. And I have a couple things going on. So, I have the social media marketing agency. The last year, I've been heavily studying trading, crypto trading, Bitcoin specifically. Put a lot of time into that, paying for courses and mentorship and practicing and actually making trades and building my portfolio. And I think that that is something that's going to continue to happen. Part of the reason why I'm saving up some money and so that I can have a steady portfolio to do that. Because realistically, I can do that anywhere. And that's a self-run business. And I have my brand LuxeGents, which is an e-commerce brand. Sell little trinkets, necklace, a bracelet, clothing, wallets, things like this, little cool little slide wallet. So a lot of these things are in motion. LuxeGents, that is something that will probably take off in a little bit. And just kind of my time and effort into the marketing agency first, because I know that these things can carry over. So just because you're moving doesn't mean you're progressing. So camera's about to die. I'd love to wrap up this ideas. So what do you guys think about some of this stuff? And also, I hope maybe this, just in general, helped unlock some ideas about yourself, and maybe it helped shine a light on maybe some things you might be struggling with, or maybe it's confirmation that you too are on the right path and doing what you're being called to do. So let me know what you guys think. I'll keep these consistent, and yeah, we'll just keep growing together.